Hello students, welcome to the class of current electricity. We are today starting the next exercise of current electricity, that is heating effect of current. Heating effect of electric current, that is heating effect of electric current. This can be understood in terms of power and energy. Power and energy. This thing you have read already in your class, junior classes, and here I would like to discuss with you the current scenario of the current electric current in our country Nepal. So basically two types of electric currents are there. One current is alternating current. This is your alternating current, and one current is your direct current. In direct current, this is AC and this is DC. In direct current, polarity does not changes with time. Here it is pulsating, here it is constant, but polarity has not changed. Whereas in AC, the polarity changes continuously with time. In our house supply, 220 volt 50 hertz AC supply is there. This AC we will discuss in detail in the next chapter, that is in the chapter of AC. There is a separate. For the time being, whatever we will be discussing for our household, in our household wiring, the wiring is in parallel and 220 volt 50 hertz AC is supply. But we will try to solve all questions of our household supply just in terms of DC, by replacing by DC. Why it is possible, that we will discuss in the chapter of AC. So the AC symbol is generally in this way. This is giving you the AC representation, AC source, whereas this is representing your DC source. In this chapter, whatever value we will be calculating, we will be using in the AC source, also will be replaced by the DC source here in this chapter only. The reason I will explain in the AC. Now this is the AC and DC source. When we are talking about a battery does not gives charge. First thing, पहिलो कुरा यो बुझ्नु पर्छ, battery charge दिदैन. Then what gives battery? Battery gives energy. Here is the battery. Suppose V is the potential difference. That means if we consider here the V, zero potential difference, here is the zero potential, then here is the V potential. If Q charge crosses the battery, comes from here to here in time t, then energy of charge at this particular point, charge takes energy, the energy is provided by the battery to the charge, that is QV, and then it moves ahead. So battery basically is the source of energy. It provides energy to the charge. So what I will like to tell you, here you see energy is equals to QV. This is the energy that the charge has gained from battery. And if I say power power is equals to energy by time, QV by T. So it is your Q by T is your current, I into V. So power is equals to I into V. This is the power supplied by battery. Power supplied by battery. Now if I say that 5 coulomb charge passes through a battery of 10 volt. Suppose here is a 10 volt battery and here is your 5 coulomb charge that has reached here. Then the energy provided by the battery to the charge per second is your 50 joule. 50 joule. 50 joule energy is provided to the charge by the battery if this is the condition. This is first example that I have discussed, and the same matter can be understood in a better way. Suppose volt battery is there and 2 ampere current is passing through the battery, then the power supplied by the battery is your power 20 watt. Power supplied by the battery is your 20 watt. Here there is no need of, here it is this much joule and here it is power I into V, that is 2 into 20 watt. So this is the way you have to understand basically the power. So you should think one matter very carefully, that it is not always that the battery supplies power. Battery is the source. Why? You can understand during the process of charging, battery does not supply power but it consumes power. Here try to understand, here is the battery, the current is going from the battery, here it is behaving as a source of power, and here you will observe V is equals to E minus IR, if I is the current and R is the internal resistance, so terminal voltage that we will be getting. But if we see here, the current is entering the battery and here it is behaving as a load. It is behaving as a load, and here V is equals to E plus IR. Here it is supplying, here energy is supplied, power supplied by battery, and here power consumed by battery. So you all should understand this basic difference between V is equals to E minus IR and V is equals to E plus IR. Now try to understand that when charge takes the energy, here you see, here is the QV, energy that the charge has gained, V is the potential difference. Then what does it do with that energy? It gives that energy to the external source resistor. Here is the resistor. To this resistor it has given the energy. So the resistor uses this energy and provides us heat, light and other things. So here we say power, here we say the energy, power dissipated by resistor. Power dissipated by resistor is equals to VI. V is the potential difference, I is the current. So power dissipated by the resistor is your VI. At the point you can write IR into I, so it is your I square R. Also I is equals to V by R, so V into V by R, that is V square by R. So this is the first formula. This is the second formula, which is most important, and this is the third formula that you have to always keep in mind, that power dissipated by the resistor is VI. If R is given, I is given, you will use this formula, which is most important, widely used. And if V is given, R is given, you can use this formula. So this is the power dissipated by the resistor, and power given by the battery is your VI. Now let us try to understand the power and energy use by an example. Suppose you are here in Nepal and you have purchased a bulb, filament bulb, and that bulb has a rating 220 volt and 50 hertz. This is the rating of your bulb that you have purchased here. Now after finishing your education, you have become engineer or doctor or something like that, and you are going to America, where in American system 110 volt and 60 hertz is the power supply and rating of AC. So what I would like to tell you, in this situation, if you go from Nepal to America, what is not going to change? The thing that is not going to change, is what? Is your resistors. Now 220 volt 50 hertz and the bulb that you have taken, is 100 watt. 100 watt bulb is there, 100 watt. Now if you are seeing here 100 watt bulb means, rating is this, 100 watt bulb means if you will provide 220 volt 50 hertz to the 100 watt bulb, then it will give 100 joule energy per second. Now you have gone to America, what will happen to it? See, here is the bulb, resistance is equals to V square by R. So V is your 220 into 220 by resistance is equal to V square by P. P is equals to V square by R. So 220 by 220, that is P, that is 100. So you are getting 220 ohm. This is the resistance of the bulb. This will remain constant. It is constant. If you go to America, then also it will not change. So in American system, resistance remains the same. What power you will get there? Power V square by R. V supply is your 110 into 110, that means by R 20 into 22. So see, same 100 watt bulb if you use it on 110 volt, 100 watt bulb will give you 100 watt at 220 volt. If you will provide the supply of 110 volt, this 100 watt bulb will give you only 25 watt. So this is the thing that you have to understand. Now next you think, the same bulb, you are now coming back in the vacation to your residence in Nepal, then resistance, what this 100, you have purchased the bulb here in America. So what will be the resistance? Resistance will be V square by P. In American system, it is your 110. So 110 into 110 by P 100, 11 into 11. Resistance will be there. 100 watt bulb, which has a rating of 110 volt and 60 hertz. This 100 watt bulb will have the resistance which you have purchased in America. It will have the resistance of 11 into 11 ohm. If you are using here in Nepal, then you see power, what you will get? Power is equals to V square by R. V is your, in Nepal supply, the V is 220. So 220 into 220 by R is how much? 11. You are getting 400 watt. That means 100 watt bulb will give here 400 watt, and so the chances of bursting is there. It will burst or fuse, get fused. So see, both way we have seen, a bulb that we have purchased here has one rating and I am using it on another rating, and the bulb we have purchased here and using it on another rating, and what is the result that you have seen. So this thing should be clearly understood in your mind. Rating, on every electrical appliance there is a rating, that what will be the input voltage and what will be the power consumed. Here input voltage and power consumed by the appliance. This is the rating basically. This is the rating of every electrical appliance that we purchase. Sometime you should check it while you are purchasing some electrical appliance. Try to read the rating given on the electrical appliance. Now try to understand one more example I am giving you for your clarifying the concept, that suppose there are three bulbs. One bulb is here 100 watt, bulb number 1, 100 watt 220 volt. Bulb 2 is there 50 watt 220 volt, and bulb 3 is there 25 watt 220 volt. B2, B3. You purchased the three bulbs, and in your home you have connected it in series. With the supply. So this is bulb 1, this is bulb 2, this is bulb 3. 100 watt, 50 watt, 25 watt. Now here 220 volt supply is there. Now which bulb will be brightest? Which bulb will glow brightest. This is a very common question, frequently asked in the examination. In next question I will be making it into parallel, but right now you should understand the concept. So what we are getting here, one important concept, that the current is same. Current is same in all the bulbs. Now rating is, so what is the resistance? I am taking resistance R1 V square by P1. V square, keep every bulb is 220 volts, so I am taking V square only. V square by 100. R2 V square by 50. R3 V square by 25. Now as you observe here, this R1 has the minimum value, this R3 has the maximum value, because the denominator is smaller. Here denominator is biggest, largest, here in the middle, here is the smallest. Therefore R3 is greater than R2 greater than R1. That you have understood. The resistance of third bulb is greatest, largest. Now what I would like to tell you, the brightness of bulb depends upon the energy, and energy is your power. Power is your P is equals to I square R. I is constant, you see here, I is constant, so P is proportional to R. That means R, if it is maximum, brightness will be maximum. So which has the maximum brightness? Maximum brightness is with the bulb R3. That means according to, if we want to arrange in the brightness order, brightness of B3 will be greater than B2, will be greater than B1. So in series connection, though it has the maximum power, this bulb will glow brightest if they are connected in series. So this should be clearly understood. It is not essential that if it is 100 watt it will be always brightest in nature. No, it is not the situation. You should see it carefully. यो कुरा राम्रोसित बुझ्नु पर्छ कि in this situation, if you are connected it into series, here the bulb which has a smallest power will glow brightest. It will give the maximum light. It will give you the maximum light. The bulb B3 will give you maximum light. Now same question I am discussing in parallel combination. Same question I will try to give you in parallel combination. In parallel combination, try to understand. I am connecting the bulb in this way. The bulb are connected in parallel. B1 100 watt, B2 50 watt, B3 25 watt. Same rating is there, but now this time the bulb are connected in parallel to the same 220 volt supply. In this situation you will observe, here you see again resistance R1 is equals to V square by 100, R2 is equals to V square by 50 ohm, R3 is equals to V square by 25 ohm. Now in parallel combination, voltage remains the same. The potential difference across each bulb remains the same. So what I would like to tell you, power is equals to V square by R. So V is constant, so power is inversely proportional to 1 by R. If R is more, that means power is less. Now try to understand. Maximum R is where? Maximum R is here. Maximum value of R is here because power is minimum. So what we can conclude? We can conclude R3 is greater than R2 is greater than R1. And what you have observed? Power is reciprocal of the resistance. So P1 is greater than P2 is greater than P3. That means brightness will be B1 greater than B2 greater than B3. That means in parallel combination, the bulb which has maximum wattage will give you maximum brightness. This thing should be clearly understood. In series combination, the bulb with minimum wattage will give you the maximum brightness, whereas in parallel combination, the bulb with maximum brightness will give you power rating, will give you maximum brightness. And in series combination, minimum power rating will give you maximum brightness. That you have understood. We have understood this thing in a very careful way. So this discussion of matters will help you in understanding the application of power and energy in our day-to-day life, that is in our household wiring. Which type of wiring is there? There is a parallel connection. In our household wiring, the wiring is of parallel connection. So this thing you have to all keep in mind, and then we will move to some other question. Let us understand one more example, that here is two bulb that you have taken. One is suppose 100 watt and one is suppose 50 watt, same rating 220 volt, 220 volt. But this time what you have done, this time you have connected with it with 440 volt supply. Suppose you have connected, this is bulb 1, this is bulb 2. Suppose you have connected it with 440 volt supply. Then which bulb has the chance to go out of order? That means which bulb has chance of getting out of order? That means fuse. Which bulb will fuse or get damaged? Which bulb will be damaged? Now in this situation, here the supply rating is 220 volt, here the supply. As they are in series, so here will be the potential difference V1 and here will be the potential difference V2. Suppose. Now if we are able to find the value of V1 and V2, or if we find the relation between V1 and V2, and if its value is more than this value, rated value, then chances of getting damage is there in that bulb. So what I would like to tell you, first you see the resistance. So, resistance of bulb 1 R1 is equals to V square by P1. V is your 220 square, or better you keep V as constant because V is same. V square by 100. R2 is equals to V square by 50. So what we are observing? We are observing that R2 is greater than R1. This is the first result that we have obtained. First result. Now, current remains the same. I. Current remains the same. So what can we say? We can say V1 is equals to I R1 and V2 is equals to I R2. As R2 is greater than R1, this implies V2 is greater than V1. What it means? It means 440, if equal resistance is there, 220 volt. So V2 will be greater than 220 volt. If equal resistance is there, then V2 will be V1 and V2 will be equal to 220 volt and 220 volt. But here what we observe, V2 is greater than V1, that means V2 is greater than 220 volt. And then we can say that the chance of getting bursting or fusing of this is more chance of damage. That means this bulb will, the chances of getting fuse of this bulb is more. Yo bulb fuse bhai halcha, this bulb will fuse first. Earlier the bulb B2 will fuse. I hope that with these examples and with this discussion, some clarity in the concept of power and energy and the heating effect of current you have understood, and it will help you in simplifying the complicated concept. And with this I am ending the today's class. In next class I will take few more examples and the power theorem and the efficiency in the same chapter, that is the heating effect of current. Goodbye, have a nice day.